Hello and welcome to NIAGA Spotlight with me, Tamina Kausji. NIAGA Spotlight goes to the week in business and future affairs. Market watch, industries, analysis and insights. We've got you covered right here on NIAGA Spotlight. Well, today we have a sharp focus on analysis and looking at an industry that is perhaps a little unusual, but at the same time is really good big business. I'm talking all about aromatherapy and really great sentimental business. Now, did you know that aromatherapy is a rapidly growing sector in recent years? And the actual global value is close to $2 billion USD in 2023. And in 2024, it is projected to be growing to 2.14 billion USD. So, talking about big money globally, but what's the landscape looking like locally? Well, today on the third day of Hari Raya Idul Fitri, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome to the studios Fadz Subari. Now, Fadz is the founder and CEO of Eartheories and Eartheories, and he joins me to tell us a little bit more about his aromatherapy business. Fadz, welcome to the studios. How are you doing today?
Hi, Tamina. Thank you for having me today here.
Very pleased that you're actually able to join us on the third day of Hari Raya Idul Fitri.
Yes.
How has your celebration been so far?
So far, it's been amazing. I was with my family, so my parents and my sibling are there with me. So it's a beautiful moment to spend with the family.
Absolutely. And I think speaking about beautiful things, let's talk about essential oils and aromatherapy business. Before we dig deeper into Eartheories and everything that you do, Fadz, let's get started with your origin stories in the business. Tell me more about you and what sparked your interest to get into this line.
Okay, I started in scenting industry way back 20 years ago, where I started with the fragrance and cosmetic industry with international brands.
Right.
That's why I've been exposed with the scentings and aroma and start understanding about ingredient, how it give benefit and how it give certain persona to individuals. And then from there, I gain more understanding and interest to pursue better, but I take it as like, just take it as easy as you go.
Sure.
And then when I pursue my study, and I was in Europe for quite a number of years, and from there I've been exposed to the first hands of the industry, where I see the international brands, how they're growing in Western country. And from there it's gained more interest and see how the things have grown, and I see it's also intrigued me. Why can't we do this, you know? And it can be done somehow, but it's just like an idea back in my mind. Back then, I'm not really pursuing it because I was studying, you know? But I keep on finding network and friends who are in that industry, and just for the sake of knowledge and for the sake of interest. And when I came back to Malaysia, I started my own entertainment business.
Right.
So I was there for quite a number of years, and then the lifestyle is so hectic, it's so busy lifestyle, until the point that I exit, where I kind of losing myself at the point.
Right, the stress of everything,
exactly.
Right? It's quite similar in a sense to the news media industry, where 24/7, 365,
Indeed.
there's always something happening. There are 25 deadlines.
So then I start exploring the alternative treatment to find myself back.
Right.
And then I'll go through a lot of alternative treatments in the local practices, and then somehow I start discover aromatherapy, and I start slowly healing with it.
Right.
And then because of that, I start taking for a formal education to understand it better. From there, I realized there's so much wisdom behind it that I need to share, and somehow it kind of reconnect me back to my childhood experience with my late grandmother when I was a small kid, and also my working experience back then. And somehow things are just connecting. And from there, I feel that, okay, aromatherapy kind of help you to find your soul back, to find yourself back. And this is what I think it's somehow in our lifestyle, in our community, in our culture, we tend to forget ourselves. Right?
Fair enough. The pace of life is just so
the modern
hectic.
lifestyle, the hectic lifestyle, the busyness and everything, you kind of forgot about yourself. It's all about others. You please everybody around you, but sometimes you forgot about how to please you. So scenting kind of help you to be more grounded and start slowly reconnect with yourself back and start thinking, and then find what do you really want in life, and then slowly things are getting better your surrounding.
Yeah.
And that's how you start creating moments and happiness around you. So that's how scents somehow, it helps in your daily lifestyle to make it your life better. And sometimes for you to take a pause or maybe take a moment for yourself and to reconnect. So
to reconnect and to center. I really like the fact that you keep re-emphasizing on this, Fadz. So tell me about how from just the germ of an idea back in your student days, of course you made the connections and you started finding out more about your own heritage, starting from all the way back to kampung life, what your grandmother had inspired. Tell me about what led you to thinking that aromatherapy could go beyond just the personal, and it was something that needed to reach a wider public. Yes, of course, in a sense, they are buying a product, but it's not just a product, is it? It's more of an experience. Could we frame it that way?
Experience, yes, I can say as such way, but in the same time, it's not just about experience. It's also, we are talking about the wisdom behind it. So, and also sometimes you also recreating or you creating moments, memories. So I remember back then when for the first time I went abroad, I would go for studying, I went to Heathrow, London. And the first thing that I did was I go and get a perfume, Burberry London, just to remind me of this is the moment. So until now, if I smelled it, I still remember the moment. I vividly can remember how naive I was when I was there, and I still just know nothing. And that scent just remind me of the memories. And then that's how it's not only happened to me. I think everybody, even sometimes, certain smell can remind you of your hometown. Certain smell can remind you of your late grandparents or sometimes your family or parents and so on. So that kind of sense, it's give moments in our life or memories in our life that we can keep for long.
Exactly. So one of the interesting things about what Eartheories does is that inspiration is also connected to memory. And there's a specific focus on a very common Malaysian ingredient. Tell us more about it. I'll give it over to you.
Okay, when I've been creating, me and my team, partners, creating the ingredients or what product need to be, to create, to offer to our client, I started with something what we have around us. And then I start with lemongrass.
Serai, lemongrass.
Serai,
All right, so it's a very common ingredient in all our cuisine.
People always say it's just behind our backyard, and just everybody has lemongrass, most of their kitchen. So from there, to us, it's like lemongrass is like Asian lavender. The way that when I was abroad, when people see lemongrass, to them they are so wow, it's
so exotic.
It's exotic, and then they straight away relate to Orientalism. So it's like the Asian culture and so on. So from there, we start from there, and then we grew our own lemongrass, and then we expand it, and then we work with local farmers. And then from there, we extract it, and we work with local agencies like Frims and Nusi Malaya to extract the essential oil and creating into finished product. And when we started in Publica, when we offered our product before COVID, the idea was just like zero waste concept, where we just create our product, people come and bring their own packaging and bottle. We pumped it, we weighed it, and we sell it. But because of COVID, people start so paranoid, people are so scared of touching things at that time. It's pushing us, like it's also a breakthrough for us to start creating a finished product. Somehow, when we start developing, me and my team and partners, to create the product, the outcome, it become more interesting, and more people start connecting with the products, and they start sharing with others, because we realize that when the products is right, they use it as for them to connect with other people. They start sharing with others, and they bring friends of friends to our shops. And from there we realize, oh, we must be did something right.
Exactly, and because you were able to, I think, find an opportunity in the middle of what was a crisis. What actually gave your team and yourself the fire to sort of say, all right, we're faced with a crisis, rather than maybe shut down or go smaller? What made you say, you know what, we're going to go bigger?
COVID to us is a blessing. Because during COVID, people are more concerned about what they put on their skin.
That's correct,
they start concerned about what they eat, what they consume. People reading more. We have more time to understand things better, because people take a moment to start understand things. And from there, people start appreciating what we have in our circle and start experience and start appreciating all the ingredients around us. Previously, people just take it for granted, but because of COVID, people start concerned, and then when they start experiencing it and they found it is something interesting and it's connecting with them, they start sharing with others. So from there we realized, okay, the market is ready, the industry seems booming, so we just heading to the direction where the trend is. So we kind of complementing with the environment at that time, where people are people kind of scared, people
were in lockdown around the globe.
And somehow this thing, it's helped them to make them calm.
And aromatherapy sort of, I think, became not so much a luxury, but a part of daily routines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then they start asking for us, and we, instead of because they couldn't go out, and what we do, we send it to their home. So we do
home deliveries.
Yes, we do that because luckily our consumers, our customers, very loyal and very supportive during COVID. I think the spirit of Malaysia at that time, we want to build togetherness, help each other, support local, is really, really happening. And then that's how we get the benefit during COVID as well.
Understood. Yeah. And from there, Fadz, what are some of the trends that you're actually seeing behind the demand for essential oils, which is also perhaps a bit more global, and that you think Eartheories is actually perfectly positioned to jump on?
Okay, the aim of Eartheories, of course, one day we want to be a global brand. So that's how I vision Eartheories, where are we heading to in the future. But what's game now we realize is what makes it easier the product application into modern lifestyle. So one of the product that we made is our anti-stress gel. It's a soothing balm, so it makes you relax and sleep better, and you just to ease your muscle. Sometimes you work in front of computer long hours during COVID. People work in front of computer for long hours, so they feel stiff and
and of course the sleep factor, exactly. So sleep is also something which I think we've become much more conscious about, not only for its daily impacts on health, because nobody can do without it. Did you feel that you were developing products to meet a demand, or were you developing a product and then seeing the demand?
At the beginning, we're creating the product and see the demand.
Okay.
And from there, from the customer feedback, we restructure the collection and the product line and expand it according to the trend and demand. So at first, we are kind of experimenting, try and error, we also as artisan, so we just play around as well. Sometimes we're just creating a product, something that you like to create. Sometimes at some point you just do it for yourself.
Fair enough,
then you do it for yourself, and then
there's that indulgence.
Yes,
involved.
and then you start sharing to your customer, and then somehow, they really liked it, and sometimes, maybe they're not really liking it, but they give feedback. So
sure, it's constructive at the same time.
So to me, this is like collective effort. Eartheories' growth is not just because of me. It's also collective effort from my team and also my consumer, because they are very so much supportive. They come back and give feedback, and we take every point that they give, and then we try to do better every time. So that's how I feel that this Eartheories is just like a Malaysian brand that is building togetherness, not just me, but me and the Malaysian.
Exactly. So it's all about also taking Malaysian brands in aroma care into the global space. So tell me, what have been some of the interesting pathways that you've already discovered, and where Eartheories is already placed within global industries?
So at the moment, our market is still in domestic. So we have supply not only retail shops, we also supply our product for industry use. So at the moment, we supply our product for hospital. We also do for airlines and also hotel spa. So this kind of the market that we want to focus more moving forward. And I think being part of the airlines is one of the achievements that we will
definitely
feel that, we have done it right. So we just want to make it Malaysian proud. So we have to create a right thing, and it can be accepted by global citizens. So that experience is really, really help us to understand what product can be created and can be accepted globally. Because that's quite challenging. People, the consumer of air, the passengers is coming from around the world. So you need to get it right to make sure that the sense is right and it's acceptable by the global citizen. And that sense that we created, we also won an award, Best Aromatherapy of the Year last year.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so to see your work not just recognized but then rewarded and awarded, what kind of perspective does it give you for the near future? Are there any other markets that an aroma care brand should also be exploring, since you're actually first off the block?
To be honest, because of this, I think there's not so much player in the market in Malaysia playing in this game. We have get some attention from other countries. Surprisingly, we got attention from other airlines in Middle East. We got attention from hotels industry in India and also in Dubai and Saudis. We got attention from the hotel industry in London as well. So from there, we realized there's so much potential to grow. It's matter how you position your brands.
Fair enough, yes.
In the right way to the global standard.
Yeah.
So I think Malaysia is ready to play that game, to play big. It's a matter of we need more support, because we are SME, we are small player, but we have so big visions, we have so big dream. So we are finding our way to make it right.
So speaking of finding your way to make it right, because even though it is a niche market, at the same time, the SME sector, of course, makes up about 97% of Malaysia's overall business and productivity. Fadz, what kind of support, specifically from government or even budget allocations, do you feel would benefit a niche industry like yours, but which at the same time also affects, for example, farmers who grow these specific products to such a high and artisanal level?
This is a very challenging question, to be honest.
What would be your wish list?
Yes, since our industry is quite not a familiar industry,
Understood,
not
yes.
everybody understands how big and how much this can be developed and be grown, and it
Exactly.
will overflow impact to the industry. When we have the right demand, we can create a good supply. But the idea is to give a new value to the local ingredient. When I started with lemongrass, as I mentioned,
That's right.
so we create into the fragrance or scenting industry to quite a premium market. So that's how we give value to the local farmers with the local plant. And maybe in the future, it's not only us, other people or other brands start asking for another more local plant. And then more farmers can start planting more local plant at better value. So this is the overflow industry that people thought, oh, you just make like scenting industry, so what, you know?
Exactly.
But this one actually, it's like dominoes effect.
Correct.
Like it's not just me benefit from it, but it also other industry will be benefit from it as well. And of course, the support, like ex-SME, you don't have enough resource, you don't have enough facility, you don't have enough capacity. And somehow the way that you handling your business is like up and down, because you're struggling with the day-to-day businesses, and sometimes the records and the performance and everything is not intact as a big players. So that is the challenge that SMEs need to play more, or to focus more, to make sure that it can be accepted and be structured, and can be helped or be supported by certain agencies. So that kind of, I think that kind of support to make SMEs grow as well. But sometimes it need to be seen into a case study, like specific niche industry where not people really understand it.
Exactly.
So that's a challenge where we want to make people understand and how big this industry can be. So yeah, so it's quite a challenge, but we are still working on it.
Yes, you are indeed. All right, so Fadz, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere with NIAGA Spotlight. Welcome back to NIAGA Spotlight, still with me, Tamina Kausji, and today, of course, we're focusing on Scent-imental Business. Fadz Subari, CEO and founder of Eartheories, joins me in the studios. So Fadz, you were talking about the fact that aromatherapy, of course, is a niche business, and at the same time, looking at broader government and even allocations and investments, usually those are very much focused on businesses with a tech element in them. Let's talk about what opportunities there are for aromatherapy and essential oils to also be part of this. For example, do any part of your sales also occur repeatedly online?
To be honest, it's quite challenging for us to make the industry or the support system to understand this industry. But we understand now the appetite of investment or the appetite of support is more into tech, but this is like a complementing a component in a bigger industry. Like we can complement to the healthcare industry, to the hotel industry, we even complement to the airline industry. So this kind of market is rather huge as well. So this is where I see we need to be more flexible if we want to engage with the local support. So, but at the moment, yes, we do what we can do. But in the future, of course, we try to find way to upgrade, to complementing with the digital and technology. Of course, now we sell our product on the website, but I think we have the e-commerce and so on, but that's quite common, that everybody has it. I think e-commerce is now, it's just a new marketplace and everybody has it. It's nothing new. What is required now, what been asked by the investors and the players are the more unique tech element in your business. So aromatherapy is quite niche, and to be part of that movement can be difficult. Not I would say difficult. It's quite challenging that you need to be more creative in creating it. But because of that, it also pushes us to be more creative and become. We have to be positive, and you cannot just because of you can't and you just decide, oh, we just surrender. No, we have to start thinking in different way, think out of the box. How can we complement? How we can be part of the movement? So in our pipeline, we also start creating some the tech element in our future product line.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Is there any integration of, for example, generative AI, things which are like ChatGPT, etc., have of course become a very standard part of most corporate structures. Is there any way in which you're seeing essential oils and the aromatherapy business also integrate some of these Gen AI features?
To be honest, we are in the process of developing our AI backup technology to the aromatherapy products. So then I think AI has make modern lifestyle easier, and we want to complement, we want to be right on the movement, and the future is about we try to integrate AI technology in scenting industry to curate a special scents for you.
Right. So basically, to sort of customize something.
Exactly.
And how do you envision that working differently from the standard customization, which today the way it generally works is someone comes into your store, you probably look at the scent profiles in front of you, and you recommend them based on the person's own unique body chemistry, right? How would AI add to that in your perspective?
In our way, the way that we do, we use your data to understand your character. From there, the AI will match your character with the right scenting according to your purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So basically, rather than go with the standard scent categories of, let's say, masculine, feminine, floral, woody, it suits you. Maybe you're somewhere in the middle of all of these factors, right?
Exactly. So maybe you have certain purpose. You want to have a deep sleep. You want to be mindfulness. You want to be more focused. So we can curate we can recommend certain scent which is suitable for you, which is for that purpose. Or sometimes maybe you are in the midst of to attract more love or an aura kind of thing. So that if we can certain scenting can give you positive energy for you to attract more positive or more attraction from other people. To
reflect something positive.
Exactly.
Okay. Now another thing that I was thinking about, because you were mentioning niche and you were mentioning essential oils. Now one thing which has also happened, I think not just due to the pandemic, but in general people's concerns about their health, what we are putting on your skin, which is the biggest organ of the body. More and more people and consumers, Fadz, are today interested in something or products which are safe for sensitive skin. what does aromatherapy or Eartheories have to offer for this entire range of potential consumers?
For the product that you put on the skin, normally we'll do our lab tests.
Right.
In the market, we do for SGS test report to make sure that all the ingredients used are safe, and that's what we do. But in general, we try to source all the safe ingredient from the natural ingredient to make sure it's safe. And we have the process of creating a product. We also have a focus group that we try internally and make sure that it's right before we launch it to the market. Yeah.
And usually, walk me through the process, Fadz. Let's say, for example, you've got product X that you're developing, all the way from conception to the time when it first lands in a consumer's hand as a purchase. What does that life cycle look like?
It depends on what type of product, but in general, we are talking between 3 to 6 months process in creating one simple product. Unlike if we're talking about skincare or specific, a very niche result that you are looking for, they will take a bit longer. But it's more like we are talking about the way that we do our linen bed mist, our spray, aromatherapy spray, it's quite generic. So it's not taking so long. It's just like we need some rest day. At least once you create a scent, you need to get it rest at least for 21 days before you can get the scent is well blended.
Ah, yeah. I see. You need for it to sort of mature, perhaps, before
so at least
you can
minimum.
say.
The longer you keep it, the better. But then at least minimum after 21 days, you can really get the scent is well blended, it's well combined, and then it scents differently from the day that you created it.
Exactly. It's sort of the way in which, well, perhaps a comparative would be the way in which if you cook a curry today, it will be a little bit better tomorrow or day after, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Fadz, going back to a point that you had made earlier that really caught my attention was that the market for aromatherapy essential oils in Malaysia, you're one of the, let's say, more established players, even though you have only really been in business since a little before the pandemic. So as you're coming towards your 5-year mark, what are some of the bigger goals that you are seeing, and how do you balance between an industry which basically it's there for the taking, but also ensuring that you're not churning out so many scents that it becomes generic? You still have that signature in what you produce.
So I think it for this year give us more motivations. Like early this year, we won an award Best Essential Oil, Pure Essential Oil of the Year.
That's fantastic.
And we also nominated as a top 10 brand in the world. That's quite an achievement for us, and we seen that we had did it something right for the industry, and that keep us motivate us to start to create more. Greater thing, a better thing for the consumer. Then I see the market is ready, and then we want to be a global brand. I envision that Eartheories will be at least in 30 countries in 10 years' time.
All right, 30 in 10. Okay, that's a great proposition.
Yeah, so that's how I see that it can be well accepted around the world, and start creating with the local ingredient, make it your signature, to make you different than the rest.
So because you're looking at local ingredients and signatures, those 30 countries, Fadz, ideally would you be looking at them being regional or more in perhaps the European or the North American market?
I think it also can be start with the current interest that we had from our customer from other country. Then we realized there's a market over there that is asking for a new product or new scent from different part of the world. The way that we accept the ingredient or product from other parts of the world, and similarly it will go to other countries as well, where they're also looking for something exotic products for their daily use. Because consumer, they always like to experience new experience, right?
Exactly.
So Eartheories can be part of that journey too.
And perhaps someday, instead of going into, let's say, any kind of a relaxation or a self-care routine, instead of smelling lavender, we may be smelling serai.
Exactly. And in fact, at our shops, we not only create serai, we also combine it with others. For example, we even, one of the best ingredient that we combined it with green tea. We even have some other, we combine it with other citrusy, so it make more unique kind of lemongrassy. We even, one of the product that we supply to the hospital, we combine it with grapefruit so it smells more calming and giving you a sense of happiness. So that's why. So people normally when they go to the hospital, they feel sick, right? So the moment they start using our product, the scent is like giving you like kind of uplifting the mood. So they start having a positive note of positive to their body, and they start feeling good,
and perhaps you heal even faster.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So when you start feel good, and then it make you feel healed faster.
So it's very interesting that you're working on all these different variations when it comes to offering scent choices. Fadz, let's now focus in on another very big business arena that is always in the news. Everybody is talking about sustainability and ESGs. Is there an opportunity by perhaps you sharing a little bit more deeply about some of the initiatives that Eartheories has done already that are more environmentally conscious? And how has customers' response been to it? Are people actually, in a sense, more interested to purchase because they're aware that you're sustainable?
I think from the beginning, we always put an effort in ESG initiative in creating our business model and also product as well. As I mentioned, we grow some of our ingredient ourselves. We even work with local farmers. Some of even our farmer, he also mute and deaf. So we're supporting the kind of community to
the disabled community as well.
Yes, and also to have an to increase their income with our ingredient, and we try to use recycled packaging at the shops from the box, the paper bags, and the bottles, and we even offer to the client to bring back the empty bottle and they get direct discount to the shops.
Right.
That kind of some is the basic initiative that we can afford to do it at the moment. Of course, we try to put more effort, and we took some ESG courses to make sure that we comply and we follow the policies and the requirement to make it like at the international standard of ESG requirement. So
exactly, but at the same time, you're taking a very unique approach to it. Agrisanal, I'm told. Tell me more about why you call it agrisanal, and that's a blending of the words.
Yeah, because agrisanal is like a combination of agriculture and artisanal.
Fine.
So how you recreating agro product into artisan
fair
items, right? So
elevating them in a sense.
Yes, and we give new value to the local ingredient in the beauty industry. When we started in the first 2 years of our business, we have been awarded as well with some kind of ESG initiative award from Impact Circle. So that is where you give values to the local ingredient and also supporting the food security. But in our way, we create into a different values, because most of people, when they do agriculture, they will do into like vegetables or food industry.
Fair enough.
But
actual for human consumption.
Yes, but we are taking to different level and take it into daily lifestyle, in a modern lifestyle. So this is something kind of we giving new space, a new room of be creative in your plan.
Exactly. Now, what really interested me was the fact that you said you're also already, without any kind of compunctions or industry guidelines, working with farmers who also happen to be from the disabled community. Now, was this a conscious decision, or did it just happen quite organically, as we say, when you were selecting who to work with? How does that work?
Honestly, it was organic, because when we have our farms in Maran, Pahang, we scouting the local people who can help us at the farm. In the community
itself,
and so happened, we've been recommending to this to the community, and these people are looking for jobs as well. And we see the commitment, and now they are looking after our farm for a few years already, and they're there every day. So it's nice to see how we have grown together for all these years, and it also, when we shared our achievement to them, they feel part of it, and they feel that they couldn't believe their product that they made, or the ingredient that they plant. Even my team at the production who creating the product can imagine the product in the business class of airline and go fly around the world.
Fair enough.
Because we are just SME, we're just normal people. So when we had that kind of experience, to feel that and to share that moment with my team, to make them feel proud of our own creation,
Yeah, their own hard work.
Yeah, their own hard work, and it can be accepted not only by people like our Malaysia, but it also can be accepted by other people around the world as well. That's quite an achievement, and I think that's a motivate them to keep on going. And this also will inspire others to make it right as well. And there's more and more people who come to the industry to create a better thing.
Exactly, and I think you're really fostering an ecosystem that reacts to local needs, but also it serves a hopefully growing international market. Now, one thing when it comes to anything to do with natural products, Fadz, I think we cannot escape from the fact that climate change is real, and because of that, there is also vulnerability of any kind of crops or any kind of herbs or fragrances that are being grown naturally. So to what extent do you feel climate change may be impacting the near future or the medium-term future of the essential oils and aromatherapy business?
To be honest, it's quite a debate in industry. Some people maybe agree, some people disagree with the idea of planting ingredients and then you harvest it and then you make it products. And but somehow we have to find a best way of being in the middle to make sure that all the effort or activities that you do to not harming to the environment, try to reduce as much as you can, because I think it's a collective effort. So we have done our part and other people do their part. So we're slowly heading to the same direction, that everybody become more conscious about to make sure the environment is safe. So
that's right.
So it's not just us, it's like collective, it's everybody. So we've done our part, everybody do their part, so slowly the things are get better.
And speaking about doing things collectively, as you said, being one of the few players on a more commercial scale for essential oils and aromatherapy in Malaysia, how do you find that creative community to connect with? Because it's not so readily available in Malaysia itself. How do you stay inspired to continue creating?
Okay, in my case, I never stop learning. Education is important, so every day is also a learning day for me. So to understand, in order to be more creative, in order to create a better creation, you need to learn every day from for anything around you every single day. Even you need to start understand the culture, you need to understand the psychology, you need to understand about the art as well. From there, you start creating creatively. Think creatively to create a good product for the future market, because otherwise you keep on duplicating over and over what other people did. But by doing research, by doing pursuing some
market
studies, and even taking short courses, and even like myself, I take a formal education into aromatherapy and also perfumeries to become a perfumerist. So to understand the wisdom, the philosophy in creating perfume in the right way, to make you, to guide you to do the right thing.
Yeah, guiding to do the right thing. And I think where everything consolidates these days, and we'd mentioned briefly before, perhaps we could end on you discussing the fact that essential oils, aromatherapy, it's very much a textural business, and it's all about experiencing things firsthand. Where do you see it being positioned amidst also a global shopping market of online sales? Do you think that it needs to be better balanced? And what has Eartheories' experience been in ensuring that, yes, we've got a good social media presence, but at the same time, we're still trying our best so that people are attracted to visit us in our brick and mortar? It's
quite a discussions in the market where people thinking of, should we go online, should we go offline? But I think the market and the appetite of consumer behavior are quite uncertain, because everybody want to try everything. So it has to be a balance between online and offline. We still need both, but in our case, we still need the offline, because people still like to come to the shop and try it, experience it, smell it, and
perhaps sit with
it, and then just feel it, and only then they'll make decisions. And because of that, it will lead for their second and third round purchase through online when they start knowing the product well. So that's how the complements of this online and offline is.
So basically for the repeat sales, that's where your online presence needs to be strong.
Because how can you decide what right sense for you?
Fair.
Some people, they maybe take it easy. Okay, I just tried it first, then they can buy online.
Sure.
But some people who are really conscious, whatever they put it on the skin or even whatever they spend, they wanted to see it first, definitely. And from there, the word of mouth will grow, and then those people who listen, they maybe don't need to go to the shop anymore because it was promoted by their good friends of their family members.
Right.
They straight away go to the online and purchased it. So these two is complementing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what percentage of your sales split would you say is between online and in person in general?
In beginning, we used to be equal, like
pretty 50-50.
No, what I mean is the equal is between what we do for retail and for the industry supply.
Right.
But for the online, we see when we started, the trend is rather slow. People still want, even they buy it online, they will choose pick up at the store. So from there, we realized that people want engagement. People want kind of activities, and they want to try it. But over time, our team is moving to improve our online experience, to make it more easy access to other people around the world as well.
Right, so, exactly. So hopefully, Fadz, we wish you and Eartheories most sentimental.
Thank you.
Not just Hari Raya Idul Fitri, but also the rest of the year. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tamina.
Fantastic. Well, that's all we have time for today on NIAGA Spotlight. We'll be back again next Friday with more business analysis and insights. Here's to a productive and restful week ahead. I'll see you then.